Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Panerai Radiomir 1940 3 days automatic Oro Rosso PAM 573. You can see this red gold micro rotor automatic Panerai Radiomir 1940 and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full commercial listing for this watch with additional high-resolution images, accessories included in the sale, and of course complete pricing information for this PAM 573. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this watch 45 millimeters across the round of the case is the classic Panerai Radiomir cushion profile, albeit modified a bit by the thinness endowed by the micro rotor movement and the strident straight cut lugs that are characteristic of the 1940 case form. Now the watch is 45 from 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown. It's also approximately 45 millimeters from 12 to 6, not inclusive of the lugs. So you get a sense of the fit of this watch. Big but not overpowering. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, the watch fits well, and I would say that down to 14.5, 15 centimeters circumference, you should be able to wear this watch with proportionality and style as well as security. Now the timepiece is thin. As I suggested, the micro rotor automatic movement means that the watch is only 12.5 millimeters thick, which means it's right in the vicinity of something like a Rolex Datejust or Datejust 2. And in terms of lug to lug dimensions, although 53 millimeters is not small by any means, the way the lugs express themselves, short cropped and tightly curved downward, really allows the watch to wear smaller, and I'll try to show you an absolute overhead view here, than a conventional 53 millimeter lug to lug watch. There's plenty of room on both sides of my wrist to avoid lug overlap. Now because the 573 is a luxury oriented Panerai, we're not trying to play frogman here. We have a beautiful and very substantial, as you can see from the flank, bolstered dark brown rectangular scale alligator leather strap. Now you can see to good effect the contrasting stitch, and a lower profile pin buckle than the traditional Panerai fitment. This isn't the huge combat inspired trapezoid. This one's a little slimmer. It's also of a beautiful finish, polished on both sides, entirely in 18 karat red gold. This is the real thing, folks, red gold, not pink, not rose. This is the true 5N material. Now you can see that the watch features the classic Panerai Radiomir sandwich dial, albeit with a few modifications. First, all of the hands that you see are the same gold material as the case. So gold and gold going together. The watch is very warm with complementary accents. The brown of the strap, the tobacco of the dial base, the gold of the case and the hands, and the ecru sort of simulated aged text along the dial. Everything's quite coherent, and you'll note the sandwich dial construction, most easily seen from an angle, features incredible depth such that a disc is placed over the loomed disc beneath, and the disc on the top is a stencil featuring the indices and the Arabic numerals, so you create a look of depth whether the lights are bright, as now, or completely out, in which case each of the luminescent wells has a look of ethereal depth that's completely unrivaled by any other reference from any other watchmaker on the market. Quite simply, the Panerai look is defined by the sandwich dial, day or night. Now on the case back, the watch is just as distinctive because this model, launched in late 2014, also launched with the first generation Panerai micro rotor caliber, the P4000, executed in-house. It's a unique 3-day power reserve micro rotor automatic such that the winding system, including the gold mass itself, is in the same plane as the rest of the bridges. So not only does it not obscure the view, but it allows everything to be incredibly slim when viewed from profile. Of course, 3 days of power reserve is achieved with 2 mainspring barrels, but whereas Panerai typically has its mainspring barrels side by side, because of the room taken up within the movement by the rotor, in this case the 2 mainspring barrels are stacked, a mechanical engineering solution best associated with Chopard and its LUC series of movements. You'll also note a full balance bridge, dual anchored with a free-sprung balance assembly, makes this watch very resistant to shock-induced timing variations, and it happens to hold to regulation very well over time because of the resilience of that balance structure. Moreover, there are ceramic rotor bearings in the winding system, unlubricated, of high efficiency, such that they never need to be maintained, enabling long-wearing durability of that component that's commonly a weak point of automatic watches. Now, the watch does feature a 4 Hz modern beat rate, 28,800 vibrations per hour. The price you do pay is a little bit less water resistant than a traditional 100 meter display back Panerai. This one has 5 ATM or 50 meter water resistance. You can see this exceptionally handsome, uncommonly refined Panerai Radiomir 1943 days automatic Oro Rosso PAM 573 and purchase it on our website.